Absolutely beautiful day. What's up? Welcome back to another video. So we're not going to be doing much working in this one. We're going to be doing a lot more talking. I already did a lot of work the other night with the pedals and setting some other things up. So today we're just going to be talking about what is to expect in the next couple weeks with these karts and yeah. So without any further ado, let's get showing you. Quick side note, the other day me and my buddy were out riding. I was riding the red one, he was riding the mini, and this ball joint was giving us some serious issues. There's no stopper in this tire right here. So when we hit a turn, this whole entire tire went completely that way. Not even kidding, it turned completely around. And it actually took this piece here and bent it up and over. So even once we were able to kind of straighten out the tire, the rod still wasn't straight, and we didn't have any tools. We were probably roughly maybe 3 miles and maybe 10 minutes away from the storage unit. So it was pretty frustrating because that's the furthest that we can go on the trail that's behind my storage unit, which is right out there in those woods. Yeah, it definitely sucked. That tire went completely that way. So one thing I'm going to be doing today is putting a piece of steel in here and getting it so the tire can't turn all the way that way. So that's one thing you got to do. So here are the new pedal setups. That's a pretty good return spring in there. So that actually works really nice. And obviously this is the throttle. So it works great. Got our little stoppers in here, spring, obviously this piece here to pull back the spring. So it's a good setup. It's an easy setup and it's a good setup. The pedals themselves came with threaded bolts on the side. So I just went ahead and put some nuts on there and called it a day with that. Really easy, really nice, looks good. This one has the pedals installed. Everything's ready to go with that. Besides the springs, I still got to put the springs on both of them. And the stoppers are on. To see how this looks here, all polished down and everything. Same with this one, that's not really that far down, but I'm going to try to get this one to look like that, as well as these two. That was that corner piece. This is that front piece I was talking about. I thought I'd put that on the front there. Looks good, makes the bumper look a little bit nicer, a little bit more like a bumper, so looks pretty good, coming along pretty good. Alright, so it's currently the next day. I'm over here getting some stuff done. Let me show you what's going on. So on today's agenda, I have to weld on this front bumper piece right about there, get it center, you know the deal. Got to throw these springs on the pedals in between here and here, how I had it on the other cart. Obviously on this side too. Then I got to polish this all up, the old welds, get them all buffed up and looking clean and shiny. Try to buff that down a little bit too. These are the springs that we've been using, the return springs for the pedals. So I got to do that. I got to put the steering wheel on this one. The other steering wheel is ordered. It is on its way. It should be here in about a week or so. So let's talk about the seats. I'm obviously getting 2 seats. They're both on Amazon. They're 40 bucks each. That's not that bad of a deal, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is what the one seat looks like. That is going with the ice build, because you know how they're fire and ice. This one here is going to be with the ice, and this one here is going to be with the fire build. And honestly, they look pretty decent. I can't see how they'd be an issue. So these are the 2 seats that I'm going to be going with, and hopefully all is well. To be quite honest, after the steering wheels are both put on and both seats are installed and all that's good and well, it'll be time to start working on the motor and the rear axle, which means we're not too far away from getting this thing running. At the same time, we're a little far because buying 2 motors and 2 rear axles is going to cost me, a pretty penny. Now, I know I said I was going to try and reuse this motor here because it is a 212, and they'll still match because I can go get another 212. But, I mean, this thing is kind of falling apart. I'd rather just use it for parts. It does crank. The dude had it sitting outside for 4 years, and it does crank. But, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get it working. Maybe I'll find parts. But as for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and plan on buying 2 motors in case this one here is going to give me some issues. So I've been talking a lot. Let me shut up and go ahead and, get some things started. Just got the steering wheel on. Does what it's supposed to do. I'm thinking about putting a small tack weld right up in here somewhere to keep it from sliding up, which obviously slides the wheel up. You don't want that. You get in an accident if the bumper doesn't work. You don't want that steering wheel coming up too high, which I mean, your chest is going to be over here, but still, you don't want that coming towards you, All right, this one is pretty much done until we get the seats. It's coming together very well, I'd say. I'm very happy with this build. I've learned a lot in the process, so all the mistakes that I've made, you obviously learn from. So let me show you that now. So here's the front, completely finished. Got the pedals and everything. It's pretty much 100% done in the front. Everything besides the paint. So, like I said, I put that stopper piece down there. So now it won't lift up. So I'm pretty happy with it. So let's start the next one. Alright, and here she is. So first things first, we're going to go around with the polisher, the buffer, whatever you want to call it. Buff down this guy, clean this up a little bit, clean that up in there a little bit. This is already clean as I can get it. Clean this up a little bit, this side. So let's go ahead and do that now. Might even try to buff this down a little bit. That's where the old steering wheel was. Alright, just pretty much finished this one all up. Obviously it doesn't look much different than I did before. I got these little stoppers in here so when I'm turning too hard, it doesn't fold out my wheel, which is what happened on red the other day. So that shouldn't be an issue, but there's going to be some downtime for a while, guys. I'm probably not going to post any more videos working on this thing for about a week or so because I got to drum up some extra money to get the stuff I got to get, which is the seats and the steering wheel. I mean, each seat is $40 and the steering wheel is an extra $55 or something like that. It's the same steering wheel that is on that one that was on one of these builds before, which is why I have it. And I found it on Amazon, but it's like $55. So it's gonna have to wait. So over the next couple of days, I'm not gonna be posting up videos of the project. It's more gonna be videos of me and my buddy maybe out riding. I might go riding tomorrow with my daughter. She's got a Power Wheels with a Milwaukee battery in it, so actually it does pretty well. I might take the Mini out and we might go around, hit some trails or something, so I might put a video up of that. So as for the project, it's going to be on hold for maybe like a week or so, hopefully not too long, but the things that I need to get at this point are all going to, they're going to add up. I got to get the rear axle, that's over $100. I got to get the motor, that's over $100. And you got to think, it's not just one, it's two. I got to get 2 rear axles and 2 motors, 2 seats. I got to get 1 steering wheel. But besides that, besides those few things, obviously a throttle cable, which is, a few bucks, whatever. Besides that, that's all I really need, and then she's pretty much done. And paint, but that's, that's nothing. So it's going to take about a month before I finish it. I'm not sponsored. I don't get free stuff. I got to go out and buy it on my own. So please be patient with me. We'll get these things up and running hopefully soon. So appreciate you guys watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I will see you on the trails.